Good evening to you, good morning to you, good afternoon to you from wherever you are watching from. And this is Mayegun Live. And thank you so much for joining me. As you are joining, yeah, drop your offering. As you are joining the temple for service tonight or this moment, like the video, share it. I mean, before you settle down, yeah? Tell them. Lórí Facebook. Hello, Baba. Thank you. Lórí YouTube. Sorry, I have so many of you joining at the same time that I can't start mentioning names. So that's why I greet everyone. Tologun, Tologun. I greet you. Tologun, Tologun. Thank you. Right. Before we start, I've got a few announcements to make. Okay. The first one is that Diaspora Radio International, which is the creation of every lover of Mayegun and the lovers of freedom. You birthed Diaspora Radio International, and then finally we've come to a time where we're going to have presenters on Diaspora Radio International, which can be any of you. So we're having our first unveiling to do. A presenter will be on Diaspora Radio International from now on, from the 1st of February. And we're going to bring more and more of you. If you are a revolutionist, you sabi fire. Doesn't matter in whatever language you want to do. Remember, that was the mission of a Diaspora Radio International, right? So if you know that you can do it from that comfort of your room, of your home, you can indeed speak to us on this crusade, okay? So I just want you to know that. You'll be able to present on Diaspora Radio International Facebook, Diaspora Radio International Online Radio. You'll be able to present there. And you'll also be able to get connected to Diaspora Radio YouTube. Every channel that gives you the voice. Yes, we'll build more on that this year. So another one is when I told you about Prince Jejeman and this new song, remember? So he's shooting the video in London, and we'll be shooting the video in London later this year, and I think it's going to be in April. Okay, I've been invited, by the way. So I came here to say, if you want to give any support, financial support to Prince Jejeman, you can reach out. Well, I got a response. Let me see if I can still see that email, so I can tell you which I got your response. In support of Prince Jejeman. So that came from, where is that? Sorry, guys. I just had to do that before we get started, because once we get into it, that's me. I'll forget, and I'll remember after the program. So Olubumi Samuel, I received your tenner, the £10 that you gave to Prince Jejeman. You said this is for Prince. So my friends, I thought we could probably be able to, pull it enough to support one of our own, Prince Jejeman. But it's up to you. It's up to us. So we'll see how far that goes. That's the second announcement. I think I forgot the rest, so I don't want to bore you. When I remember them, I'll share them with you. Okay. So if you are interested in becoming a presenter on Diaspora Radio International from all over the world, okay, just reach out. Okay, reach out. We'll set you up if you have all the necessary equipment, a laptop, a computer, headset, microphone. If you have them, the rest will be done via software. So you'll be connected and you can speak directly to us. every one of us. So thank you so much, my friends. I believe that many of us have joined now, and you have read the caption of the broadcast, haven't you? Now let's take a minute so that we can start afresh, okay? Take a minute and like this video. As you are joining, like the video, share it, tag who you should tag. And when I get back, we'll continue. I will start. Thank you very much. So, once again, good evening to you, good morning to you, good afternoon to you from wherever you are watching from. And this is Mayegun. And yes, this is live. If you can check the dates on your screen and there is nothing covering the dates, that means it is live. So we read the report of Tifnumbu's campaign team, who have been finding a way to deal with that bullion van, 2 bullion vans at Tifnumbu's house on the eve of election in 2019. So they came out and they said election is expensive in Nigeria, which we know. And then they had to move that amount of money a day before, on the evening of a day before election. Was the reason why you saw bullion van at Tifnumbu's house, because there's nothing wrong in it. It was because election is expensive in Nigeria. So I'm still going to come and treat that. You see the other part of this conversation tonight, which is so interesting, which indeed should have been the rider of this conversation. But I am still going to tell you that it is indeed the reason why I'm actually doing this broadcast. You have heard about the latest, that the Nigerian government under Buhari, that they have decided to delay the removal of subsidy that they planned to remove in February 2022, which is next month, just about a week away, right? That they have changed their mind and they are delaying it for 18 months. When devil promise you or gives you anything, it is going to take something more valuable than the worthless thing that the devil gives to you. This fraudulent government started removing subsidy since 2016, and they continue to change the price and change that. Now, the lies of a subsidy is now obvious, because they said if they removed it, you'll start buying a liter of fuel for 302 naira or more. Now, they are delaying it for another 18 months. Buhari's government, if they leave, they will be living in the next 16 months, which means they will not be responsible for that removal or whatever any other person is going to come back to punish you with. Not just that. When Goodluck Jonathan was there, PDP, starting from Obasanjo, when Obasanjo was there, Obasanjo paid no shishi for subsidy. Subsidy started when Yaradua came. And it was then, it was in millions. They were paying 400 million, 500 million a month. So throughout the 3 years of Yaradua, because every year it keeps getting higher and higher, throughout the 3 years or 3.5 years of Yaradua, he spent less than 1 billion on subsidy. Within 5 years of Goodluck Jonathan, subsidy surprisingly just jumped. So when Jonathan came 2010 and became president after Yaradua, the first bill of subsidy was somewhere around 100 billion, 200. It keeps increasing, 400, 500. When Jonathan left, the highest Jonathan spent on subsidy was 800 billion in a year. That was how subsidy came about. When Jonathan paid 100 billion, 200 billion, he decided to remove it in 2012. You remember what happened? The people that said subsidy was a scam, because indeed it was a scam. It was during the investigation. The people who rejected, who said it was a scam, are the people in government now, okay? Subsidy is a scam, indeed. What they do is that They take the crude oil of Nigeria. They take it to wherever they want to take it to. They will refine it, take every good things they want to take there and return back the refined product, petrol and all that. So in that back and forth of a trade, of a thing, right? So Nigeria has no capacity to refine our own crude oil. So they now rely on marketers. Who are the marketers? Politicians. Politicians who have no business in oil, but it is Nigeria. It opened doors for them. What were they doing? All they have to do is to say, I'm a marketer. I just brought back 1 million liter, 5 million liter of petrol. So it's okay, you have 5 million liter. How much do you want to sell it? So the marketer will now say, well, the total amount I spent in production, transportation, and everything before I brought it here, it will amount to 150 naira per liter if I have to sell it out there. I'm talking about way back when you were still paying 67 naira per liter. Oh, if you break it down, it will cost you 150 naira. Before you can make profit, you will need to sell a liter for 150 naira. Say yes. No, we can't let Nigerians buy fuel for 150 naira. Okay, you know what we are going to do? You are going to sell that liter of fuel. You're going to sell it for 60 naira or 67 naira or 87 naira. You see that difference? We will cover it. So you have 5 million barrels. So multiply 5 million. You have 5 million liters. Multiply 5 million liters by the difference of between 87 naira and 150 naira. How much would that be? 63 naira. So that 63 naira, you multiply it by 5 million liters that they brought. So government will now pay that marketer. Now, where the fraud is this. The marketer, they now turn it into a racket whereby once they meet with the government agent, because the government agents are the ones that will go and inspect the vessel and say, oh, yes, we saw the vessel, we saw the petrol, we saw the diesel. They will certify it, approve. The moment they approve and turn back, the marketer will just turn the ship, the vessel, it will just turn it around and go and look for another market in other West African countries. That was discovered during the investigation of subsidy fraud, subsidy scam. Do you know that nobody went to jail for that subsidy? One of those who became billionaires, is now the governor of Ogun State, Dubious Dapo. So Buhari now came. He said, what is subsidy? Subsidy is a fraud. How can a government be paying subsidy? You didn't refine you didn't fix your refineries and all of that. That could be done within a year and Nigeria will stop importing fuel. Sakama and J, APC, Egbekegbe. Within 6 months, they started their planning on how to remove the subsidy, increase the fuel price. And this is the permutation. And I'll tell you, when they came in, the template of paying for subsidy is already there. PDP already have that subsidy, that template. All APC did was just to build on it. What did they do? Under PDP, when Jonathan was there, they said Nigerians were consuming about between 15 and 20 million liters a day. So which means every day, your government, under Jonathan, your government was paying 63 naira to the marketers in Nigeria so that you could buy fuel for 87 naira. So every day, oil marketers in Nigeria, they were making 20 million times 63 naira. How much is that? How much should that be? 26 million naira a day. So under Jonathan, the fraudulent marketers, in collaboration with the government officials, they were defrauding the government of almost 130 million every day. Now count that for 6 years or 5 years. So when these guys came, you know what they did? The first thing they did was that they asked for supplementary budgets. Inside that supplementary budget of almost 500 billion, they came in May, right? They asked for supplementary budget of almost 500 billion for that period, right? From that money, subsidy money alone, for just 6 months or 7 months under APC, that condemned subsidy or payment of subsidy, half of that 500 billion was spent in paying marketers, according to them. So in 2016, they now said, oh, we are removing it. It's going to run, we're going to go bankrupt. No country should be paying this kind of money. Like, you can't, not even like Nigeria. So they removed subsidy. And the price of petrol jumped from 87 naira to 143 naira a liter. Only for you to discover that at the end of 2016, Buhari's government paid 1.1 trillion for subsidy. By 2017, 2018, they've already paid over 2 trillion. Or between 2015 and 2018, they've already paid over 4 trillion for subsidy. Wait for it, oh. In 2019, they now said they haven't removed subsidy. They are now thinking of removing the subsidy again. The election came. They boycotted, they stepped it down. Immediately after the election, Nigeria cannot pay subsidy. What subsidy again? Is it the one you removed in 2016? Or what are you guys talking about? They said, no, we didn't remove the subsidy in 2016. Really? Nigerian paid more for oil, for fuel. And Nigerian government even paid more for subsidy. Do you know how that happened? You remember I told you that they said Nigerians use between 15 and 20 million liters of fuel a day. Under APC, the template of paying subsidy jumped from 20 million a day, 20 million liter a day, to 100 million liter a day. That's how much they said you are using now. And that is why Nigeria pay more subsidy, even though you pay more for fuel. Now you are paying about 160 naira or 165 naira per liter. Abi? So they now start, they said, oh boy, if I say this is not the shoko, you know what? Let's tell them that we are removing the subsidy once and for all. And then let's tell them that they should not worry. We will give them 5,000 naira, 5,000 naira, so that that can cushion the effect of the subsidy remover. So they perfected it and they came to the media. Oh, Nigerians, we want to remove subsidy. Country of 200 million mumus. People no trip out onto the street like, what do you even take us for? What do you think who do you think we are? Fool.